Welcome, everyone. I am Erin Elizabeth Smith. I'm the Executive Director of the Sundress Academy for the Arts and Sundress Publications. We are very excited to welcome you to our first Trans Non-Binary Writers Retreat here in Zoomlandia. If you have any questions, any problems that you're running into technically, you can reach out to me in the chat. You can also reach out to any of our staff. They will all be listed as co-hosts in the participants board. So feel free to reach out to any of us if you're running into any problems. We will have a number of staff who are here all throughout the weekend. Again, so excited to have you here, and I want to introduce one of our first workshop leaders and my dear friend, Tate and Oquendo, who is a writer and visual artist that combines these elements to craft multimodal nonfiction, poetry, and fiction, as well as translations of these forms. Their work can be found in numerous literary journals, a poetry collection, a hybrid memoir, and 6 chapbooks, including their most recent solo works, The Antichrist and I, and We, and sorry, I was like, and we, wait, no, that's not right. Antichrist and I, and We Animals. They're also an assistant editor for Sundress Publications, and their most recently curated anthology, Manticore, Hybrid Writing from Hybrid Identities, is available for free on the Sundress Publications website. Tate is also a 2022 Zooglossia Fellow, so we're so excited to have Tate, who will take it away from here.
I'm so excited. Hi, everyone. I was just talking to Erin before everyone came in about how my brain is doing this incredible thing today where I am so nervous, and I normally am not, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is today. So I'm having a hard time with information retention today too. So I've got a handy dandy script that I'm kind of working from while we're doing our workshop. So if you see me like kind of reading from a paper, being a little less charismatic than you would like, I am so sorry. But thank you so much for being here, and I am just so full of joy to just be in this space with everyone. So really quick, and I promise that this ties into what we're doing. I just want to begin with a little bit of background. So I'm an occult writer, and whenever I sit down and I do my creative work, I like to start with an invocation. So I hope that doesn't sound too weird. This can mean many different things for many different people, but what I'd like you to do, just while we're easing in and people are coming in and we're just kind of like getting into the moment, is think about what kind of energy you'd like to carry with you this weekend, specifically tonight, tomorrow, right? I would like to write for, let's say, 10 minutes, describing what this energy actually is, right? What would you like to carry with you for the weekend? What kind of spirit would you like to invoke, right? I know that's abstract and I know that's strange, but bear with me. It can be the memory of a person you love, an archetype that you like to carry, or maybe you just want to spend 10 minutes writing about joy or love or compassion, although those feelings are also very complex as well. But yeah, let's make a formal request for that energy, whatever that energy is, to join us. Whatever this might look like or sound like to you, using your words on the page. So I'm going to start a timer. I'm here. If I'm no longer on the screen, it is because I am intensely writing very passionately, but I'm here with you. And again, let's just write for 10 minutes and just bring in whatever that energy is that you want to invoke, that you'll carry with you for the weekend. All right, welcome back. I hope that was fruitful in some way, shape, or form. I ended up calling on some spirits of good coffee. I ended up calling on some spirits of good friends, warm socks, that kind of thing. It got a little personal. We'll talk about that later if you want, but it revealed some things to me that I did not expect would happen in my writing today. So that was a delight, at least for me. I hope that it was fruitful for you as well. So now that we've thought on that, and now we've got our creative juices moving, we are in the flow of things. I want to think about the future, right? because the present can be a very dark place sometimes. The present that we are in is tumultuous, to say the least. There's a whole lot going on that's a little bit rough. So that energy that you've asked to join you, I hope will help to lift you up despite all of that that is going on, so that we can turn our hearts, at least in this moment that we have together, for the rest of our session, toward finding hope or something else equally meaningful for you. So in my city, I'm a member of a really, really tiny sort of support group for trans and non-binary folks. Some weeks it is venting, some weeks there's educational opportunities, some weeks it is literally just people, though, just kind of throwing their hearts into the center of the circle and gathering each other up afterward. Sometimes there's short exercises, just it's a lot. But the group leader, bless their heart, around holiday season, came to our session and asked us to make vision boards. And so it just seemed like such a weird thing to do in the moment, because, I mean, yeah, it made sense because we were about to start a new year, and but we had just like poured all of our grief just like on the ground, just spilling there, and I'm like, I can't think about the future right now, this is too hard. But it was just what I needed in that moment. And so something that I like to do is to create an old school vision board, right? So if I was with you right now, physically, I would hand you a bunch of art supplies and I would say, we're going to make something, right? But we've got pen and paper or keyboard and screen, right? So we're gonna do something a little bit weird. We're gonna do this in a little bit of an abstract way. I'm excited to try this out. I've actually never done this one with a group before, so I'm really excited to see what comes of it. So what I'd like to do is visualize some things that we want to see in our future, right? Again, in an abstract way without the art supplies, I would like you to spend some time writing down the images that you would look for if you had a magazine in front of you, if you had books in front of you that you were cutting up and gluing and things like that. What are the types of things that you would love to see for yourself? Sun, sandals, sunglasses, beach, whatever you can think of. And I hope this is not too abstract. Whatever you can think of that you just want to throw on the page and play with for a little while. Again, thinking about the future and thinking about what that might look like. So I'm going to start the clock again. I'm going to give us another 10 minutes. I know that 10 minutes might seem like a really long time, but if you are having a rough time with the prompt, just sit and write and open your heart and see what happens. But I'm here again. If you need me in the chat, I will keep an eye on it. But again, take another 10 minutes, gather the images together. We are all writers. We know what this means. Gather our images together, and see what comes out. See what comes out of you, what you want, what you would put on your vision board. All right, welcome back again. Hi. Thank you for humoring me and writing so diligently. I'm so excited. I would like to do one more thing before we sort of open our circle up, share what we feel like compelled to share. I'm not going to force anybody, of course, to share anything that they've written today, but I would like to do one more thing. Again, also weird, but bear with me. I want to arrange this stuff the same way that you would if you had a vision board in front of you, right? So we just spent 10 minutes collecting the images that came to our minds. And what I want to do now is sort of reorder that text that you've written so that the words are near each other, that you want to be near each other, the same way that you would place those images on the vision board, right? Like, so you're sort of infusing that textual vision board you're creating with more meaning, right? With juxtaposition, anything interesting that you'd like to do, sort of reordering or narrating. Like, I'm placing the sunglasses on the sun, sandals hover over the sandy beach, if you're, doing it that way. But yeah, again, I want to infuse this vision board with some more meaning. I want to remix it. I want to shake it up a little bit and see what happens. So I'm going to start this clock one more time. Um, and after that, we will spend the rest of our time together sort of talking about our process and sharing what we'd like to share. But all right, so one more 10-minute burst. Arrange on the page however you feel compelled. Okay, welcome back one more time. I'm so glad that I had my microphone muted because the sound of this alarm is so obnoxious. I would have jolted everyone awake, and I did not like that. Okay, so I can tell you that in that writing time, I made something that I got really excited about. So I did not see the question in the chat, and I am so sorry about that. But thank you for stepping in with that first prompt. Much appreciated. Okay, so right on time. I figured 6:40, 6:45 this would happen. So we're right there. I'd like to open up our circle and spend the rest of our time together sort of talking about our process, anything that you'd like to share about what you've written today, or what you might do with what you wrote in the future, or if you want, simply feel free to share the writing too, the invocation, or what you chose to invite in, or your vision board poem or story or essay, or however that came out of you. But yeah, this last 15 minutes is your time, and please use it as you see fit.
Well, first, thank you for these prompts. This is really interesting and really generative because I'm not really a visual person, so it's making me think about things in a really different way. Can I share my, like, it's sort of like a blueprint for the hypothetical vision board?
I would love that so much.
Okay, so here's what I was able to come up with. There's a blue sun wearing a red firefighter hat. Is there irony in this? I can't find the symbolism. Tiny rain boots are paired tidily in the corners of the vision board. I keep wanting to call this a dream board. A trophy and a 1-year sobriety chip kiss in the middle of the vision board against the backdrop of a golden spider's nest. If there were musical accompaniment, the soundtrack might be the pop country playlist that my sister-in-law likes to tease me about.
Oh, so lovely. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And yes, Nick, that's a really great point. I forgot to do this as well. When y'all are speaking, if you wouldn't mind just repeating your name and pronouns so that we're correctly addressing each other. I apologize for forgetting about that. Thank you. Would anybody else like to throw their writing in the ring?
I could, if no one else is. I'm Hill. My pronouns are they, them. And my vision boardy thing turned kind of poemy because that's what I do. I don't know. So that's what I have. Hiking boots with rainbow laces tromp, tromp, tromp up the side of a tree, across the surface of the labyrinth, dancing without stepping inside the walls. The dice and books have spilled out onto the gaming table, are jumbled up with dinner, spilled into by pieces of notebook paper, scribbled over with half-finished mechanics, half-baked plot pieces. The picnic blanket, with its upended basket, a mass of crumbs and discarded toys, rucked up like a lover's skirt on the grass, hides nothing of the night, this not quite idyllic tryst with the sun. That's what happened when I tried to do imagery. I don't know.
I love that that happened. I love that that happened. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. This is bringing me a whole lot of joy. I'm sorry. Like delighted to hear these things that y'all are reading.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, all right, fine. So I'm Gretchen, Caesar, or they, them. I had a really hard time doing the vision board because I cannot picture the future, like at all, even a little bit, which I will blame on my ADHD. because that's a really convenient way to do it. There is the now and there is the not now, and the not now is just like what is happening. So I just have kind of a collection of images for my vision board for the future, and I would like to share that. So vision board for the future. A stack of poetry books, all bearing my name, sealing wax pressed onto a letter, a deck of oracle cards, mosaic light glowing teal and white and gray reflected in a pair of octagonal glasses, a cross-stitched dinosaur on honey-colored cloth, a cup of Darjeeling still steaming, or maybe melon boba, smoke over the river, the void of space, the stars, the sun, Godzilla dancing away, doobie-doobie-doo, a pronoun pin, an old cargo ship on a beach rusting through, a mermaid's tail, an anglerfish, a place I think I'll never see. Also, Hal, I'm so glad you love Godzilla. Godzilla is my hands down favorite, and I have so much to say about Godzilla. I've written so many poems. It's kind of ridiculous. So I would love to talk Godzilla with you.
I would also love for you to DM me some of those Godzilla poems at any point that you would like to just kind of slide in and do that, so I can share that joy with you as well, because that is so exciting.
I would read an entire chapbook about Godzilla, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a micro published and then a chapbook unpublished about that's just wholly Godzilla. That's
incredible. I want all the poems in my inbox, actually. Yes, put them on the Jamboard. I forgot about the Jamboard. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gretchen.
Can I jump in?
Please.
Yeah. So hey guys, I'm Hal. I use he, him pronouns. I'm more of a Pacific Rim guy than a Godzilla guy, but like Godzilla's cool too. No surprise. I'm like kind of a film bro, but in a gay way. I use a lot of fiction to like kind of figure out a lot of things. I'm pretty sure the show Our Flag Means Death was the thing that finally transed my gender. So Con O'Neill, if you're out there, thank you. Anyway, when I was doing energy, I invoked both Keanu Reeves as Neo and also Captain Flint from Black Sails. I said, crack that film bro vibe wide open to see the guts within, soft white underbelly, because I read a lot of noir too. I'm not really a poetry guy.
Oh, there is so much joy in this room right now. I'm so excited. Now I'm mad that I didn't invoke Keanu. Like, I was keeping it so simple. I could have gone wild with that. Oh my goodness. Oh, gay pirate noir. Yes, yes, yes. And this is absolutely a kaiju poetics positive space. Yes. Sorry, I'm taking up all this time talking about how great y'all are. Please share.
No, it's so good. I just wanted to share some of the most surprising things that I wrote down for the vision board. And I actually do vision boards a lot. So this is like, it was a very visual rendition, but flower petals cascading from a frog's mouth. Angel, anatomically correct. Cornucopia, breads, cheeses, kissing, soup. The moon in a beanbag chair. The moon in the mountains. The moon near the frog. Softness, diamond and glass, and a person who is still not afraid to fall in love, crossed out to make mistakes.
Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for sharing that, and part of your process too. I love that. I love that you took up so much space, physical space with that. That was so wonderful to see.
Sorry. I love that you mentioned the moon several times. Oh, I'm SG. I use they, them, and he, him. Either is fine. Yeah, I love that you mentioned the moon a lot because I wrote the sun like 5 times in the original list because that's like my thing. And yeah, I just love that. And for the invocation, I just kept circling back to just like trans joy and trans beauty and trans love. And like I just kept kind of repeating those things. And the vibes coming from the Zoom room are great. So I'm very excited.
I'm glad it's not just me like taking it in. That makes me feel better. So I'm like, wait, I hope everyone is having a good time. All right, that's good. That's good. Oh
My
God.
name is James, and I use he, they pronouns. And for the invocation, I also talked about trans joy, but more specifically, so I work at a Dollar General in middle of nowhere, South Carolina, and every couple of days I will see this one trans person come in. And I'm like, you are living your best life in middle of nowhere, South Carolina. So good for you. And I really called upon them because that's like the goal, just living my best life in the middle of nowhere. And I really want to write to them this weekend.
That is so special and so wonderful. Oh my gosh.
I didn't invoke anything because I tend to get very like circular thought depression holes. So I invoked the muses to shut the fuck up and let me talk. And on my like mood board, I also am not good at mood boards. So I just wrote, I guess, kind of with queer joy. No, I'm sorry. I have to like preface everything that I say. I recently got out of a very horrible relationship with a cis man, and I met a not cis man. And so I asked the muses to shut up and let me write about this person, and the joy I'm experiencing of getting to be like queer for the first time in like 3 years. So yeah.
Nick, my heart is so with you. I am going through a similar thing, and one of the things that surprised me during the writing today was when I too said, "Shut up," because I am so sick of writing about. There is a place and a time, obviously, for us to write about grief, and that is so important. And I want to make sure that we honor that when that happens. But like, man, am I so done doing it right now because I have been just in that grief. And I'm like, no, I want to experience the trans joy too. Like, let me have that. Like, let me have this queer joy. Let me have this like good moment. I can go back to writing grief poems later. But just for right now, just let me have this. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that. We've got a few more minutes if anybody wants to share anything else.
I totally forgot to do the thing that I asked everyone to do. I'm Nick. I'm they, them pronouns, please. Sorry, guys.
It's okay, Nick.
Thanks for setting that precedent because I also forgot. I'm Brooke, they, them pronouns.
If no one else wants to talk, I can read mine.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I have the need to preface, but I don't really have anything to preface. So for my mood board images, I wrote, at the lighthouse in a chair by the sea, New York, Knoxville, Rome, most importantly, you. There is a place we whisper, all limestone cave, dried up sorrel, smell of garlic and bread, skin darkened ash. We write about sorrows past and future, but never here or now. We palm them on the floor and roll them under the couch. I swear if we never rearrange the furniture, we'll never touch them again. A body as a blanket and not a disappeared violence, hands that forget how to hold fists. The sound of my name brushed into your hair. I'll comb it down when you lose the last bobby pin. We remember girlhood, bloodied and hot, but we are not the girls who lived it. The transplant of vulva and lip, pulling strands of hair from between your legs. That's all I wrote.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Oh, what an infusion of so many feelings today. Oh my goodness. I think we have time for one more if anybody else wants to.
I can share my invocation. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Arlen. I use they, them pronouns. And yeah, I just tried to, I just need time. It's been really hectic lately. So I tried to write about just getting a breath of time. Time to fill my coat with breath. Time to watch the water settled on the leathered arch of my plant spine. Time to fill my chest with, lace my teeth with, time that I've shaped with fingers, scraped with nails, let eat at the ends of my hair, little fires climbing towards the sun, what I could never own for a moment.
Thank you so much, Arlen. All right. Nick, what is next on our agenda tonight?
Let me see. So, yeah, I think after this, we're going to go. I mean, obviously, people can stay on the Zoom if you'd like, and we can talk, but we're moving into a Jamboard break. So we'll be doing that from 7 to 8. Erin briefly kind of showed me how to use the Jamboard before you guys started. So I'm not gonna lie, if anyone needs help, I don't know if I'm the greatest person to ask. But you can drop little pictures or links or post-it notes and we can interact with them. You can take a break if you need from the Zoom until we come back at 8 with Faye, or y'all can stay in the Zoom and just chat. I know there's a lot of us. We could get to know each other, whatever y'all are most comfortable with, but we do have an hour-long break coming up.
I do need that break, but I am excited to stay and hang out a little longer with anybody that wants to geek out about whatever, which would be fine. And Erin, please show us the Jamboard. I didn't know you were back.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, let me pull this up real quick. It is, I've been playing around with it a little bit. So if you go to the link and I'm popping, let me pop that in the chat real fast. Let's see here. Buttons, there we are. Okay, so if you click the little link, and I can see some of y'all are in here already, you can add little post-it notes that can include information, so like links to poems or your own writing, and I think you can respond to those as well. There are also little spaces for doodling, for adding pictures, dropping files, different things along those lines. So everybody should have access to that. Hey, thank you. So, and so that is up here, and as needed, you can click there are multiple pages, so we can add to it as it fills up, and we can build it out over the course of the weekend. And yes, and the break times are meant as a way that y'all can, this space will be open today through 9 p.m. and then tomorrow, once we start at 10 a.m., it'll be open through 9 a.m. as well. So feel free to utilize it as a space to chat, have conversations, share things, and we'll be back on a more official note, again, as Nick noted, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
If nobody drops a mecha, monster, or kaiju poem, it's gonna be a little disappointing, just so y'all know.
That's what I